that I cannot study when the books are neat and clean. So I'm quite dirty that way. So beginning with the actual tour, you guys, I want to the page that I read here reminds me that now let's begin with the library tour. Hi and welcome to one of the most special, one of the most requested videos on my channel. I wanted to film this video for so long, but somehow the ideas kept on getting delayed. But finally, after a long wait of 3 years or maybe 4 if I'm not mistaken, the time is finally here that I'm filming this much awaited my mini room library tour for you guys, and I'm very excited and I hope you too are. But before I take you guys on a tour of this dream place of mine, I want you guys to have a very fair share of ideas to what did I envision for this house in my mind, what mood I wanted to go for, and overall what idea did I have in mind basically. So keeping my aesthetics in mind, I was pretty sure that I did not want to go for any dark theme. I was very sure from the very beginning that if I am going to have a room, a personal space of myself, then I will choose everything light. So basically I was very sure that I'll have a light palette for my room, be it the color of the walls that I chose, the color of the mica that I chose for my wardrobe, my for that matter my study space, my carpet, everything light, my curtains. So I was in this sense, in this aspect, I was very sure that I wanted everything minimal. So for the wall I chose this very beigeish sort of a color combined with lemon yellow and lavender, because I felt this aptly went with my vision and my mood basically. And as far as the texture and color of the mica is concerned, I chose this very, again I went with the beigeish combination only, beige overtone only, because at that point of time 3 to 4 years back I was absolutely obsessed with this beige color. So I wanted this very minimal neutral tone of my room. The curtains, however, I chose or selected very haphazardly, because I was at that point of time I needed something to block the sunlight in my room. So I was not pretty sure that what color of the curtains should go with the color palette of my room. So I chose these grayish undertone ones, but I'm pretty sure these are also not bad, but I'm planning to change these very soon, because it's been 3 or 4 years I'm making things work with these shades only. So I'm planning to change these pairs of curtains. So I'm yet to decide on the color, and also if you guys want to give some suggestions regarding, please leave them in the comments below. Now after I discussed everything with you guys, the mood I wanted to go for, the vision that I had in mind, the color palette, the theme I wanted to go for, now can we please skip to the main part and look how this dream cozy space of mine looks like, and what books do I own, how do I spend my days reading here. So yeah, all these things I want you guys to see, and do let me know also how did you like my mini library tour. Alright, so before beginning with the actual tour, you guys, I want you guys to know that initially I was a little off with the way my shelves looked. I wanted comparatively smaller boxes, you know what I mean, like I wanted to have more space but comparatively shorter boxes, because I was really worried about the wastage of space. But what was done was done. I could not undo it. My carpenter ideally did not understand his assignment, and he made it like this because I was out of station and my brother and mother were handling the construction work. I wasn't here to let him know the idea behind. But yeah, what was done was done. I had to accept this and love the way it turned out. So now let's come and do the actual tour of my dream space. Welcome to the world of stories and magic. Alright, just to let you guys know that I have not arranged my books in any particular fashion. Neither have I color coordinated them, nor have I kept them in any according to any particular genre. These are kept in the most random order possible. Alright, so starting off with shelf number 1. So this is the shelf that I have allotted for all the miscellaneous notebooks, books which I do not need on a regular basis. So these are all the rough notebooks which have pages in them, and somehow I do not want to waste them, so I keep them for doing rough calculations and stuff. And side space is kept empty. Maybe if I have something to keep an extra, I'll keep it here. So I've kept this space empty as of now. On to the next one, I have here all the important magazines which were provided to me by my institute. In case you guys do not know, I was enrolled for the foundation course in Perfection IAS for my Bihar Public Service Commission preparations. So yeah, these magazines were provided by my institute itself. However, I do not need them on regular basis. In fact, I do not need them at all because I prefer reading from my own notes, handwritten notes basically. In case I want to refer to some topics, I choose to read from these, otherwise not. To the adjacent side, we have all the important NCERTs. If you guys are aware of the UPSC, if you guys are preparing for any civil services related examination, then you guys know the importance of NCERTs, right? Because every aspirant swears by it. You cannot do this examination without reading NCERTs. At least this is what I believe. However, there's no hard and fast rule. So I've kept all of them in here because I have read them twice, thrice, multiple times. I have done the revision of NCERT's books, and sometimes if I find any topic to be extremely tough nut to crack, I go and read the NCERTs. These are the most basic books, guys. You trust me, you cannot do without NCERTs. These are that important. Alright, if you can see onto the third shelf in the topmost row, I have all the important files. Now these separate files have all my documents at one place. Like I have allotted separate file to each document of mine, and of course these come quite handy. All my 12th documents are at one place, my 10th matriculation document are at one place, my achievement certificates are at one place. So yeah, these are very handy in case you want to have all your document at one place. Adjacent to this, I have this bundle of A4 size sheets. In case you do not know, I own a printer, so every time I have to print something, I want sheets. So yeah, I prefer keeping a bundle of it. Right, so after we have discussed the topmost shelf, now we are on to the second row, and here also we have 3 shelves in total, and these shelves are completely dedicated to all my novels, all my storybooks, because I chose to not keep any academic related books in here. So yeah, and if I happen to strongly recommend any books in here to you guys, then I would. Otherwise, I'm just going to read the titles for you. So first we have Dan Brown. I'm yet to read this giant book. Then we have The Crime of Grindelwald by J.K. Rowling. I got this book solely for its cover, you guys. This is absolutely beautiful if you want to see, and if I may give you a look, this looks ethereal. I just love this cover. So I got this solely for the cover in the Flipkart's Big Billion Days sale. Priyanka Chopra's Unfinished, great book. I loved it. I read it 2-3 years back and I loved it. Then we have Leo Tolstoy's story collections. Then we have one Hindi book I think 2. One, I have this Gunaho Ka Devta by Dharmveer Bharti. I wanted to experience in the field of Hindi novels, so I got this on recommendation of one of the YouTubers. I do not remember her name, but yeah. Then we have another Hindi book, Jeetna Hai To Zid Karo. This is the only book which my father gifted me, and he asked me to read this book. I haven't, honestly. Although I have read few lessons of this book, but I have not finished it. Alright, then we have Mrs. Warren's Profession by G.B. Shaw. We have Attitude is Everything by Jeff Keller. I have the review of this book on my YouTube channel in case you want to check. Then we have Rabindranath Tagore's short story collection. We have The Subtle Art of Not Giving an F. Majority did not like this book, but I loved it. Then we have It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. Then It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. So both these books in the same series are here. Then my absolute favorite, one of my favorites, I would say, And the Mountains Echoed by Khalid Hosseini. What a gem of a writer, you guys. Must read his books. Then we have The God of Small Things. It was in my undergrad, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it was in my undergrad. I read this book initially. I did not understand it back then. I mean, I understood the language per se. I did not understand the nuances. I did not understand the hidden meaning. I did not understand the societal taboo it wanted to break. You know what I mean? I read this book twice after my graduation, and then I understood, after I read the reviews, after I read the varied perspectives of the book reviewer, then I got to know that what a gem of a literature piece this was. So completely absolute recommendation, 10 on 10. Then we have The Genius of, I think this was the review copy, The Genius of Indraprastha. Then we have Dear Mom by Jigar Prajapati, again a review copy it was. Then we have The Day I Lost Faith by Avinash Meshram. Then again a review copy. I'm sorry I've kept all the review copies in a particular fashion. I did not know how did it happen. Then we have Comeuppance by Ratna Kumar Raghunath. Great book. Again a review copy, but a great read. I think you should. Then we have I Don't Need Reasons, I Need You by the same author Avinash Meshram. Then we have Her Perfect Man by Avinash Meshram, again a review copy. Then we have The 40 Rules of Love by Elif Shafak, a great book indeed. Then I Have Never Been Unhappier, Shaheen Bhatt. This is one of those books which made me cry. I did not read this book from the perspective of an actress's sister, you know what I mean? I read it from the perspective of a person who is suffering from the mental illness. And even if you're not suffering from touchwood, even if you're not suffering from any of the mental illnesses, then also I think you should be responsible enough as a society to read few books on mental health. And I think nothing can be as good as this to start in this genre, you know what I mean? Like, this is hands down one of the best books that I have read on this theme, so to say. I was on the verge of crying. I almost cried, I would say, while I was reading this book. She has expressed her emotions, her pain, her agony in such a nuanced way that you cannot help but empathize with this woman. So please read this book. I would say if you have to read any one or two books from this shelf, then I would definitely ask you to go with The Mountains Echoed by Khalid Hosseini, The God of Small Things, and then this one, I Have Never Been Unhappier by Shaheen Bhatt. So yeah. Alright, so next on we have Born to Dream. It was a review copy. High tea, a very sweet and pleasant read. Then we have Autobiography of a Yogi. I got this book because it was inexpensive. I thought I would be able to read this. I thought since it's a non-fiction, the language would be easy, but I was wrong on so many levels. Then we have Paulo Coelho, The Alchemist, one of the books that got me into reading, initially. I think probably the first or the second book which I bought to start my reading journey. Then we have Mulk Raj Anand's Untouchable. It was in my undergrad course. So yeah, Jojo Moyes, Me Before You. Then we have The Hate You Give, again a very popular read, you must give it a try. And then we have Ikigai, a very good non-fiction to start with. Onto the adjacent shelf, I like to designate it as the Harry Potter bookshelf, because I have my Harry Potter box set in here. Initially I also had this very obvious and common dream of owning a box set of Harry Potter series, and finally when I was able to, I was very happy and excited, naturally, as everybody would be. But then we have this trilogy by Amish Tripathi. I have not read this one yet because mythological genre is not for me. I definitely got this book, but I have not got around to reading this one yet. However, when I get time, I'll definitely get onto this one. Then we have History of English Literature, recommended when we were in our bachelors. Then we have Tara by Mahesh Dattani, Joan Jonker, Many a Tear Has to Fall, quite an interesting title. Surely going to read this one soon. Then we have a very faff book, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's We Should All Be Feminist. I mean, this whole society, I feel, has a very wrong conception about this whole concept of feminism. So I think in order to at least understand what this word entails, what the core meaning of this word is, I think you should read this book. It would take you hardly 20 to 25 minutes. It is 48 pages long. So in a sitting you will be able to finish this one. Then we have 3 books in here which are pocket sized. As a Man Thinketh. Then we have Metamorphosis. Then we have Murakami. I want to tell you that one of my most favorite writers is Franz Kafka, and I had read one of his titles called The Trials, and when I read it, I reviewed it online. People were very surprised to know that I chose The Trials as my first Kafka read, so they were utterly surprised, and they recommended me that if I was so brave enough to choose The Trials in my first Kafka read, then I should not be missing out on Metamorphosis. And they were constantly recommending me to read this book, is when I realized that I should not be missing on any Kafka read. And when I read this book, when I understood the meaning of the hidden meaning, the nuance with which he used to write, the intricacies of life, I realized that I was missing on such a brilliant piece of literature. This might seem quite tiny, but the lessons this book upholds is huge. All right. Moving on to the next, we have The Soft Glimmers and Shining Star, a review copy. Life's Amazing Secret, Gaur Gopal Das. I have a detailed review, not review, I would say important lessons that you can derive from this book. So you can check that video out. I'll attach the link in the iCard button. All right, next up we have Be Your Own Sunshine by James Allen. We have Virginia Woolf's The Light to the Lighthouse. Then we have A Pleasant Escape by Piyush Rohankar. Again, a review copy, but a worth read. You know, it deals with the real life struggle of UPSC aspirants, and the ending of the book will leave you in awe, in surprise, and it is one of the best reads. Then we have the complete novels of Sherlock Holmes. So yeah, I haven't read it. I am planning to read it soon. And we have this cute miniature Harry, you guys. Thank you, Sonam, for this beautiful gift. So actually, my friend Sonam and I were on a trip to Missouri, and there she gifted me this beautiful merch of Harry Potter. So yeah, cherishing this one. Then we have A Touch of Eternity by Durjoy Dutt. To my surprise, I did not like this book. Then we have Anita Nayar's Ladies Coupe, one of the books which introduced me to the feminist literature, and I really like this one, and I recommend to everybody to read this book. Then we have The Namesake, very popular title indeed, very a good one, worth your time. Then we have this trilogy, 50 Shades trilogy, which I am the least interested to read, although I've read the first part, but couldn't continue any further. Then we have this little pocket dictionary in here. Then we have How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. I like this book, I did not like this book, mixed feeling. Then we have Sophie Kinsella's Shopaholic to the Stars, yet to read this book. Then we have She Screws Silence, Richa Agarwal Goyal, not worth your time and money. Then we have The Old Man and the Sea by Ernest Hemingway, worth your time and money. Then we have Tuesdays with Morrie, Mitch Albom, one of my absolute favorites. Kafka on the Shore by Murakami, Ben Johnson's Volpone. It was in my graduation. If you ask me, on this shelf, which are the few books that I want you all to read, or recommend rather, would be, first it has to be Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka, absolute read. Oh, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie's We Should All Be Feminist, a definite read. Then onto this one, I would say Ladies Coupe, then maybe Tuesdays with Morrie. So these are the 4 books that you have to read. You should read center set. Onto the third shelf in this row, guys, here I have some of the mixed titles, like some of the books which were the part of my bachelor's degree, and some which I bought randomly for my personal read. So yeah, I'm going to take you through all of them one by one, guys. I have something to talk about each and every title, so that way the video would be 24 hours long. So let's skim through them in a very brief fashion. So first we have The Rivals, in my graduation. Then we have Animal Farm, absolute read by George Orwell. Then we have The Way of the World by Congreve. Dr. Faustus by Christopher Marlowe, an absolute piece. And then we have Nationalism by Rabindranath Tagore. If you want to read, you can. Nothing very great about this book. Then we have The Rape of the Lock by Alexander Pope. I found it to be absurd. I did not like it. Then we have The Scholar Gypsy by Matthew Arnold. Why I Killed Gandhi by Nathuram Godse. So this is the recent purchase. I legit wanted to know that why there are mixed views about people liking or disliking this great figure. So I thought this can be one of the books to start with, but I have not read it. I have started it although, but I have not finished it. Let's see if I am able to finish it, and if I am able to get something out of this book which I previously did not know. So I'll keep you guys updated. Then we have John Donne's Selected Story. Then we have The Social History of England. Then we have Macbeth, very famous, and I really like this one. Then we have Gulliver's Travel by Jonathan Swift. I had a very hard time reading this one because I found the language to be quite complicated. Then we have Far From the Madding Crowd. We have The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde, another very, very great a piece of literature. Then we have The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I've heard very great things about this book, although I've not started it. I really miss those moments when I would, just sit in the comfort of my room, would have a cup of coffee or tea, and, just roam through the world of stories. But somehow, off late, I'm not able to read that much, but I'm really hoping and praying that I'm able to resume my reading journey soon. Alright, moving on to the next one, we have The Secret Code of UPSC Toppers. This is one of the non-fictions which I wanted to read. Many people asked for the review of this book also, but I did not get the time to, but you can have an eye. Then we have John Milton's Lycidas. Then we have Coleridge's The Rime of Ancient Mariner. Then we have APJ Abdul Kalam's Turning Point. Then Charles Dickens' Great Expectation. This is the only Dickens piece that my shelf has. Then we have Aristotle's Poetics. It was also the part of our critical theory in the undergrad course. Then we have Sadhguru's Stars on the Path, great book to start with. Then we have Train to Pakistan, Khushwant Singh. Then we have www.marryaghost.com, quite an interesting title, and I got this book for title only. It wasn't very, popular among the popular recommendations, no, nothing like that. Then we have Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine. Onto this shelf we have A Child Called It by Dave Pelzer. This is the recent most book that I finished. After this, I don't think I was able to hop on to another title, but this book, oh my god. Trigger warning: if you're not in a good mental state, if your mental well-being does not allow you to read anything which is very horrific, very horrifying to even read through the words, then I think you shouldn't pick this book. Please do not. Then we have The Perks of Being a Wallflower. Then we have The Empty House by Ruskin Bond. This is one of those Ruskin Sir's books which disappointed me. So yeah. Then we have Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. The Trial by Franz Kafka, the very first book which introduced me to the genius the Kafka was. 1,000 Splendid Suns. Oh my god. I think I want to give it 100 out of 100 stars. Then we have The Secret by Rhonda Byrne. Quite an unpopular opinion, but I hated this book. Yes, that's the word. Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Very witty piece, I would say. My Twisted Love Story by Arun Singh. It was a review copy. Then we have Time Stops at Shumley, Ruskin Bond. I went to Missouri, and it would have been unfair if I did not get a Ruskin Sir's piece. So this was the book which I wanted to get my hands on. The Mysterious Affair at Stylus by Agatha Christie, the very brilliant Agatha Christie. I want to explore more of her works. Then the last one, The Slim Chance at Love by Nidhi Bruce. So a review copy again. Alright, so these were the 3 shelves that had all my novels per se. Now we have other shelves as well that I want to show you guys, which has my academics related books and some of the notebooks and my handwritten notes. So let's get going. Alright, on to the third row, first shelf. I have all my spirals in here. These are some of the handwritten notes which I have, and these are pertaining to different subjects for my civil services preparation. Onto the side, I have some other notebooks. Now these are some of the copies in which I practice maths, reasoning, like for CSAT and stuff. Onto the second shelf, in here I have all my standard or reference book that I need for my civils preparation, and I'm sure every person preparing for civil services has all of these books. So starting with, I have The Polity by Lakshmi Kant, apparently the Bible for polity preparation in this journey. And trust me guys, this book is no more in black and white shades, okay? Because those who know me, they know that I cannot study when the books are neat and clean. So I'm quite dirty that way. So yeah, I like to highlight, annotate, write wherever possible. Even if I'll have notebook, I wouldn't write on it. I would want my books to scribble on. So yeah, we also have Spectrum for Modern India, and I have the old edition, and I think this wouldn't be a problem, because if few things, few chapters or few materials, few topics are updated, I would get them printed and attach with this one. I do not have to get a whole new edition or book. Then we have for ancient history, R.S. Sharma. But now if you can see, these are all the Ghatna Chakras. Now these are very important, very handy when it comes to practicing MCQs. Like for example, let's say you read the permanent settlement, and now you want to know what kind of questions are asked or what kinds of questions were asked previously from this topic. So I think Ghatna Chakra in that sense comes quite handy. You read a particular topic, you read the important informations from there only, and then you have bunch of questions which came in the previous examinations, and then you can attempt those questions. So that way you read a particular topic and then you revise it using the multiple choice questions. So Ghatna Chakras are very important. I have it for history, I have it for science, and then I have it for geography. Yes, so these are a must. If not must, there is no hard and fast rule, of course, but if you want, you can. Ghatna Chakras are the best. Here I have all the miscellaneous books, like which somehow I bought, but I don't need them any further. We have this banking and static awareness, because initially you are not very much sure about your career options. Also, I would say having a backup option is anytime very wise, intelligent. So also you have parental pressure to explore various options, so you cannot just rely and focus all your attention on just one examination, UPSC, which is extremely unpredictable. So I also went ahead with the same idea. So I had bought some of the very miscellaneous books, some of the practice sets of banking examination, and which some 7-8 years back my father would have gotten this for me just to practice, but I never opened them also, I'm sorry. Then we have bachelor's entrance for BHU, which I cracked twice, but I did not get myself enrolled. Alright, then we have this effective technical communication sort of book, which I think when I was in bachelor's, this book was recommended by our professor. So yeah. Then we have, when I was in standard 10th, I had this Hindi grammar book. Then we have this Oxford dictionary. Everybody has it, so nothing fancy or new. Then again, a reasoning book. Then we have glossary of literary terms, had bought them in bachelor's. And then some miscellaneous notebooks. Now I have bottom 2 shelves in here, 2 rectangular bar-like shelves. So I have kept all the unused items in here, some of my stationery and stuff, some paint brushes, colors, candles, and some chashmika frame. So some boxes, some of the shoe boxes, some random notebooks which I do not need any further. So nothing fancy about it. Also, in case you're wondering where do I do my regular study and stuff, then sometimes I read on a bed table, sitting in the comfort of my bed, and sometimes I use this study space. However, after getting my printer, majority of the spaces are occupied by this one, but it has 3 shelves basically. However, I count them 2. The upper shelf has just a small mini pen stand which I got from Masuri. Then this shelf has all of my awards that I won. That is the most prized possession apart from my books. And then this shelf has, this rack has my laptop, my iPad, some miscellaneous stuff, and then this huge printer. And this is the chair where I sit and do my regular study. So yeah, that was it, you guys. And that is it, you guys. We have come to the end of this video. I really loved filming it, and I hope you enjoyed it too. I know each one of us has different ideas, different vision, planning, different execution, but what is common amongst each one of us is that we love and cherish our space that we build from our love and labor, isn't it? So this mini room library is my safe space, my heaven, my sanctuary, and every page that I read here reminds me that no matter how vast the world may seem, there's always a universe waiting for me inside every corner of this room, of this dream place that I call my home. So thank you guys, thank you so very much for being a part of this little tour, for being a part of this little journey. I hope this video inspires you to create a space of your own which brings as much joy as this one brings for me. And yeah, keep reading, keep dreaming, and always remember the best stories are yet to be written.